Hello, welcome to this video for the High Velocity Market Master. Thanks for joining me today. This is Mark Soberman. I wanted to talk to you about a fairly new concept for a lot of people. Some of you may be familiar with something called range bars, but range bars are a very powerful way to chart the markets, and they're actually quite a bit different than the old archaic time intervals, which what I mean by that is 1 minute bars, 2 minute bars, 5 minute bars. And some of you are probably familiar with tick bars, which was a definite improvement over time intervals. But now range bars have come along, and I really believe that this year in particular, as we start somewhat early here in 2010, this is going to become really one of the most powerful ways and types of markets to day trade with. So if you're familiar with TradeStation, for instance, we have the opportunity to, as you can see here, pound US dollar, to have a 6 range bar, or a 5, or a 6, or an 8, or whatever we want to have. If you're on a platform like NinjaTrader, same thing, you can use range bars in addition to tick bars. But when you're on a platform like MetaTrader, what exactly do you do? Because on MetaTrader, typically, as you see here, you're kind of stuck. I mean, MetaTrader sort of puts you with, right, 1 minute bars and 5 minute bars, and honestly, it's archaic and it's old, okay, trying to day trade anyway with time intervals. Because think about it, why is 5 minutes, and this is a 5 minute chart that you're seeing on the screen here of the pound US dollar, what is significant about 5 minutes on a chart? Really nothing. What does it have to do with the way the market works, the way the market's moving? You're just kind of giving it a very artificial length of time that a bar has to complete, and it really means nothing as far as when it comes to price action. And a huge problem with time intervals, like you see in this section in here, is what happens when the market really starts to move. It takes forever sometimes for a bar to complete, and you can miss an entire move up. I mean, look at this one bar alone on a 5 minute. This is 60 pips, over 60 pips of movement. If you're using any kind of indicator-based trading, there's just not a chance that your indicators are going to go ahead and turn fast enough many times to give you a confirmed entry. So time interval to me is old style day trading, but what are you going to do when you're on MetaTrader and that's your only option? Well, sure, you can trade and switch to TradeStation. You can get NinjaTrader at no charge for the charting and a data feed. That's certainly doable. But a lot of people don't realize you actually can get range bars on MetaTrader. This is a pretty significant breakthrough that you can do this. The reason for that is the High Velocity Market Master thrives on this time frame and this style, these range bars. So much better for the MetaTrader traders to use a strategy like ours when you can actually use range bars rather than being forced to use a 1 minute or a 5 minute, which just bottom line are not the right time frames to use when you're day trading. So it's very exciting that we can do this now, and we're going to show you how in the High Velocity Market Master training, how to go ahead and get this done and how to be able to actually chart your favorite markets with range bars. And what I'm showing you here is a 6 range. Okay, and you might notice some of you see on the chart it says M2, and I think if you're familiar with MetaTrader at all, you think, well, maybe that's a 2 minute chart. And of course, you've never seen a 2 minute chart before on MetaTrader, but this is a way that we create a custom chart. And so if I was to highlight a bar here, go ahead to the left and see where it says the high low. You should notice that it says 1.5617, and the low, which I'm looking right in here, okay, is 1.5611. That's a 6 range. It means every bar that I go to is going to be 6 pips in range. Now, it doesn't need to be 6. You can make it 5. You can make it 7. I'm using 6 because it happens to be one of the ranges that works well with the High Velocity Market Master. So I took a look with the strategy at some of our recent setups. This is actually just from the most recent trading session, actually February 11th. And the way High Velocity Market Master works is you can see these little hash marks. If you watched in the older videos, you know that this becomes a setup right here. And the first set of dots here is going to be my profit target. Everything is what I call what you see is what you trade. It's not subjective. It's clear on the chart. You make the executions, you make the trades, and we put the odds in our favor on every setup. Very, very powerful. So look what happens when we go short here at 1.5616. We end up hitting our target, as you can see, at 1.5589 right here. That becomes about a 27 pip move, all through the power of range bars. Okay, there are other indicators on here that we'll teach you in the training. This is what we call our directional indicator and our profit line. But the great thing about the way the system works is it's going to identify, and you're going to know why, where the short setups happen and the buy. So here's another short setup at 5577, and here's our target at 5559. Again, power of the range bars. Here's another setup on a buy. Okay, this is going to be a 5597, and we're going to hit target at 5615. Again, there's a reason that we have these exact setups, and it's called what we call a momentum bar cross, which we'll teach you in the training. But what's even better is this calculator. We call this our HVMM calculator. Does all of the heavy lifting for you. It's making the calculations. It's finding the cross. It's determining the buy or the sell entry exactly and projecting the target. But the power of range bars just continues to perform. You know, yes, we have a situation here where you've got a short that will trigger and come back up to our profit line and stop. That's all part of the reality of the trading. I said put the odds in our favor, which means that more times than not, this is exactly what's going to happen. Buy 5608, target 5637, right? Another 29 pips. So 3 out of 4 trades, 75% so far to target. Now there will be some other things that we'll teach you that has to do with what we call this profit line here. And it's going to enable us to keep this short in play even though we end up with a potential buy that gets canceled because once it stops plotting, the buy goes away. But we're actually able to go short right here, and it turns out it kind of matches up with our setup here, and we get a really nice move down, as you can see, to another target. As we kind of scroll forward again, we're looking for a potential buy setup here. Potential buy, very choppy, and what happens? It triggers, and again we're going to get a move to target, and we'll be able to show you how to project that target on what one of these are called. We call this our System 2 setup. Again, all this is a range bars. You notice how my bars are so much smoother typically than what you see on time intervals? Every single one is of the same distance. It makes for a much more powerful strategy and much more effective results. So very excited about this. I was really looking forward to previewing this for you. You definitely want to go ahead and sign up for the upcoming webinar this coming week. We're going to go into much more detail on the power of range bars. I'm hoping to convince you to get away from using old style time interval bars. Tick bars we've been a big fan of for years, but now starting to make the shift and shifting everybody into range bars when it comes to day trading. Swing trading is a different story, but when we're talking day trading, this is one of the purest indicators of price, and our indicators and our strategy thrives on these range bars. So looking forward to telling you more. If you've got any questions, by all means, you can go ahead and leave those in the blog. There'll be some more videos coming up here soon as well. I'll show you some other markets. And it's not all about just Forex or just the pound US dollar. This could be the Euro US dollar. This could be the Russell E-mini. This could be DAX futures. This could be crude oil. All of those are tradable and chartable off of range bars as well. And the same exact virtues we're talking about here today apply in those markets. So looking forward to sharing a lot more with you. Thanks for watching the video.